And here we are with Volume 3. This is actually not a fail compilation, it's a mixed compilation. And we'll start off in the middle of a match. I've wasted a lot of time trying to find this guy. I saw his car abandoned here. It's at a place, so I know he's around here somewhere. And I'm getting desperate, so I just start throwing grenades because I know he could be hiding in a bush or around the corner, and he's just going from corner to corner out of my eyesight. And then I get lucky because I see him jump over the fence over here on my left, right as I'm going around, and I shoot him through the fence.
Wish they all could go down like that.
And that's a great tactic, to just hop from one side of a wall to another, because the player's field of view is limited to 180 degrees. But I knew that was a possibility, so I was looking around the corner before I rounded it. And that was a very easy one to spot because
911, what's your
he was
emergency?
driving erratically.
Part of all
Can you
this,
hear me?
but you better
I
send
need you
some
to stay on the
cops
line.
ASAP.
So that's my favorite, when a player spawns into my game and just starts driving and acting crazy, which is out of character for an AI. So I was trying to buy some ammo after that, but I'm being invaded. So I'm not stocked up on ammo, unfortunately. And I check in here because I've been tricked before where a player hid inside of a building, and I'm used to looking outside and in cars and on top of roofs, but not inside of a building. So I keep going back in there wondering if he's just going in and out the back door, but I can't spot him. So I go around the building, and lo and behold, there's someone just sitting here in the corner. Of course, it's the human player.
It worked out beautifully.
A non-playable character does not act that way. So it was very easy to spot. And this is another instance
Damn, I
where
got a fixer on me.
this guy spawned in and just drove his car in a really weird pattern. He went off-road and parked in the middle of the road. An AI character doesn't do that, so it's easy to tell that's a human player. And that's my target. That's my favorite, whenever people don't play the game correctly. So I was on the bike trying to get away from him before he profiled me. Unfortunately for me, he had already profiled me and he was waiting to trigger the hack. So I had driven away half a kilometer, which wasted about 15 to 20 seconds of my time. So I come back for him, trying to spot him. And people like to hide in alleys, so I just cut through that alley, but it's not triggering anything on my profiler. So I go back out to the main road. I start checking cars. And I figure he's upstairs on the train here. But I don't see anyone over here. And I decided to use the camera. Unfortunately for me, most people are out of range for the camera, so I have to give up on it. And I decide to go back down. And I can't go back into an alley. And there he is. You can hear his car engine running.
There we go.
And cars usually aren't parked that way in the game. So I got very lucky and stumbled right into him.
One of our high-value targets is in town. We need you to hack them and install a back door for us.
I believe I invaded this player's game when he was trying to hack this CTOS tower here. That's a single player mission where he has to invade this area and unlock a cell tower, which would explain why he's up here. So I see him with the cameras and I profile him with the camera. I don't actually have to be next to him or see him myself to start this hacking session. So I use all the cameras around that spot because that's how I've unlocked all the cell towers. And I decide to hide in this car and realize if he's a good player, he'll know to look in cars. And I saw this dumpster and wondered if it was hollow. And lucky for me, dumpsters in Watch Dogs are hollow. Most other games you can't climb in these dumpsters, but the game designers thought about it, and they must have thought of this situation, this scenario, where people will use it for multiplayer purposes. And this guy's standing right next to me. He's been running all around me, but hasn't checked the dumpsters, so I get cheeky. I was going to run up to him and hit him, but the game already ended.
Son of a bitch. Fixer's on my ass. He needs to go. Right now.
So unfortunately for me, this bridge was raised whenever I received a notification that someone's invading my game, so I'm not sure which side they're on. And then I realized there's a guy running up towards me, and that must be him. The only reason he would do that is that I'm out of range for his cell phone, his profiler. So I got lucky, I turned around at the right time, saw him running up towards me, and I lost a bunch of single player reputation points there. I cleared out a crowd with a grenade launcher. Unfortunately, I run out of ammo right at that point. I had him in my sights, but fortunately for me, he didn't get very far. I believe in Volume 4, there's a gameplay where it's in the same area. It's another one of those gameplays where it just leads to an absurd chase, so you should go check that out. And I actually lost that match. So I spawned in this area, same as before. Someone's going about their single player mission. I use the camera again to profile him. I get my profiling done, and I have to go find a hiding spot before I initiate my hack. I decide this time, instead of going to a dumpster, I'll take my chances with a car. So I run over to this parking lot. I'm thinking about climbing on top of this building first, and then realize I can't get all the way up top. So I go back to my first plan of getting into a car here in the lot. And I believe I fast forward the rest of this gameplay because the gentleman that I was playing decided that he would use cameras to try to pinpoint me. And there are no cameras in this parking spot, so he eventually gets closer, but not close enough to profile me. Looks like he kind of gave up. So that was it. Simple. Somebody's just getting too frustrated with me.
Shit.
So somebody had him profiled me, which triggered the notification on my screen that I was being invaded, which was a little bit late because I had driven pretty far away. So now I'm back in the area. You can see on the mini-map there's a circle that shows what area the other player is in. And I'm driving really close to these cars to see if I can get my profile to work and see if he's in any of these cars. And there he is. He's trying to take off. Unfortunately for me, I don't have any ammo in my grenade launcher. So I had to use that gun, and I couldn't pop any of his tires. So he's getting a good lead in front of me. So this is the portion where he can try to get away, and if he does, he gets a partial win. And I get a partial win for spotting him so early before he could hack my phone. And he's just so far ahead of me. This is one of those matches where I lose.
Son of a bitch. Fixers on
And
my
luckily
ass.
for me, in this match I was already at the edge of the map on a motorcycle when this person invaded my game. And it's just a bunch of AIs running around, nowhere else to hide, no structure,
Looks like I'm clear.
and I just psych him out. He just quit out because he knows he took the negative rep because he knows he can't get away from me there. And this is another way for you to know that you're being tailed. When you go to a single player mission
That's a
and it
fixer
says
on me.
mission locked,
I gotta deal with him right away.
you can tell you're either being tailed or you're being hacked. So if you look on my mini-map, he's chasing after me. You can see the purple circle moving with me. So I'm making him run for me. So he should be running up on me anytime now. And I accidentally shoot the wrong car. How unfortunate. I thought that was him. And there's really nothing I can do at this point. I had a good game plan. I made him chase after me so I know any car speeding up behind me would be him and I could shoot him out. But I chose the wrong car to shoot at. I can chase after him, but there's just no way I'm catching up to him. So Mrs. Obama 2, that's a funny username. You bested me on this one.